asthma gun.
Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer, and thank you for giving me your time, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. I really do appreciate you giving me your time. Man, it's taken me almost a month to put this video together because I'm still furious. This is my 4th attempt at making this video because I'm sitting here, I'm looking at the screen, and I'm talking, and I'm not looking at my video editor, I'm not looking at my audio recorder, and next thing I know, I'm 16 minutes into the video and I haven't showed one picture yet. I've only showed the footage of going through, like you see right now, downtown Gatlinburg at night and the Better Business Bureau page. I haven't showed one picture of the cabin and I'm 16 minutes into the video. So as I'm talking, I'm starting to get heated up again, which is the reason why it's taken me almost a month to put this video together. So this video is going to be about Aunt Bug's Cabin Rentals LLC, Around the Bend number 329. Around the Bend is where housekeeping must have went because housekeeping didn't come to this cabin. So the name Around the Bend. And you're going to see it, folks. And what I'm going to tell you, I promise you, I'm not lying, you're going to see the pictures. And if you're somebody who's never rented, and this is something I should have done, I didn't, I took pictures. I messed up, but you know what? I can say because of our experience, first time in Gatlinburg, we will never, ever, for the rest of our lives, rent another cabin in Gatlinburg again. Or Pigeon Forge. Never. I would rather go stay at a hotel. It would have been cleaner. And I could have called housekeeping and they would have been there in a few minutes. Not the next day. You heard me right? The next day. After multiple calls. But I digress. So we get to the cabin, we walk in, we notice the blind is broke on the front door. You can see through the cabin at the front door. So at night, if you if somebody wants to come up to the front door, you don't know they're there, they can actually look into your cabin and see anybody inside the cabin because there's blinds broken. There's like this thin curtain up that was so dirty we had to wash it. Yeah, it was green, but the green was almost black. I kid you not. Now we got people that has asthma issues. We got people that has allergy issues. We had no choice but to wash this stuff. We made calls to Aunt Bugs and was told housekeeping was coming out and they never showed up. My family went into Gatlinburg to do some shopping and I stayed back at the cabin so somebody was there to point stuff out because we've come across more issues since our prior phone call, or my son's prior phone call to Aunt Bugs. So we wanted to make sure everything was taken care of. So while they're all in Gatlinburg or Pigeon Forge, wherever it was they went to, some knife store, I'm sitting at the cabin. And yeah, I'm just looking at the walls and, you know, at least it's nice and quiet and everything. That was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sitting at the cabin and twiddling my thumbs and trying to figure out how to work the TV because the one TV in the one bedroom, forget about it. If you ever go to a cabin, bring your own Fire Stick, bring your own Roku. Don't trust these TVs the way they're set up. It'd be a lot easier for you. But so we get in here and there's dirt all over the place, folks. And I'm kidding you, you're gonna see a dustpan that like the kitchen, and it has a dining room table, and it's also connected to like the living room. You're gonna see the large red dustpan is full of dirt. That was done the day we got there. And here's the funniest thing about this, folks. Here's the funniest thing about this. You see on the video down there, it says June 15th of 2023. If you go to Aunt Bug's Cabin Rentals and you go to Around the Bend, you'll see there is a comment on there, a 5-star comment, which only 5-star comments are allowed on Aunt Bug's website. If it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, forget about it. Your comment does not count. So it kind of makes me believe that maybe those ain't legitimate comments. I don't know. That's my thinking. I have the right to my opinion. When you only put 5-star ratings on your site, kind of looks like they're fake. That's the reason why people don't believe them. But I found it awful funny that when we checked out, the very next people that was supposed to come in there, if that is a real person, they even complimented how clean the cabin was. Which you're going to see in our pictures, the cabin definitely was not clean when we got there. The cabin was clean like that because my wife, my son's girlfriend, and her mother cleaned the cabin. Had to wash the door covers, the green door covers, again, going to the back porch on the front door because they were almost black, folks. I'm not kidding you. They're almost black. They have a washer and dryer. It ran almost the entire time we was there. It was so nasty. There is a sleeper sofa in the living room. Pulled it out, lifted it up to see if anything was underneath it, and there was food underneath it. Take a look at this. MrBulldozer Cabin Rentals, LLC. Customer review on the Better Business Bureau. Now this is a customer review. It's not the Better Business Bureau rating. It says they're not accredited. Excuse me. I haven't had my coffee yet, so it's might get tongue-tied a little bit. Like I said, I'm getting heated as I am talking. But 1.27 out of 5, folks. 42 complaints in 3 years. 8 complaints in the last 12 months. And I'm going to show you 3 of those complaints. And you know what those 3 complaints are? Actually, they're some of the most recent complaints. Like the very first complaint is like right underneath this page that you're seeing right here. What do you think it talks about, folks? What do you think it talks about? How dirty the cabin was they went to. Isn't that a little strange? How dirty the cabin was they went to. So the problem you have here, that this company doesn't care about the customer. And that's my opinion. I can say whatever I want to say. That's my opinion. They might think they do. If they did, they would have people going behind their housekeepers and checking their work. When you have as many complaints, and you go through the Better Business Bureau's website and you put MrBulldozer Cabin Rental in LLC, or just do MrBulldozer Cabin Rental, Better Business Bureau, and it'll bring you to this page. And just go through the reviews, you're going to see people talk about how dirty the places are over and over and over and over and over, and I can say over probably 8 or 9 more times again, because they do not check behind their housekeepers. And on top of that, you have to pay a cleaning fee. They should have paid us. We did the housekeeper's job. And to give you an example, I don't know if I mentioned it, because again, this is like take number 5 or 6 or something like that. I know we're like 8.5 minutes in right now. But to tell you about how bad it was, the next day when the housekeepers finally showed up, which thank God it wasn't the people that did the cabin, which I found it really funny. They put an envelope on the table, like you're going to give them a tip or something. Why would we give you a tip? We should have stuck an "you owe us" slip in the envelope with our mailing address on it. Is what we should have done. But when they showed up, very, very nice. I mean, I don't remember their names, and I wouldn't say their names if I did remember them. But very, very nice couple. Cute white dog they had out in the Jeep. So if you happen to see this and you have the Jeep with the white dog, you know who you are. Spectacular. You are definitely an asset to this company, and this company really needs you. Needs you bad. But they could not believe the amount of dust that was on the ceiling fan, folks. You're going to see the picture. Pictures do not lie. Video does not lie. You're going to see the pictures. We have people with asthma and people with allergies. We could not run the ceiling fans in any of the rooms. All the rooms were like that. That's the reason why they had to spend the time and clean this place. And like I said, I stayed behind while they went into town because we expected housekeeping to show up. And finally, once housekeeping didn't show up, my wife, my son's girlfriend, and her mother took care of cleaning it. And my wife is I'll call her a master housekeeper. She is.
Hello, Moto.
Speaking of my wife, I'll be right back. Oh, it's just my wife let me know she made it to work, because it's 5:30 in the morning when I'm making this video. But yeah, it's, you know, it was just unbelievable. I have never ever, I've stayed in a bunch of places, and I've never ever seen a place so dirty before in my life. And the other thing was, my son paid an extra fee so we can check in early. Paid an extra fee to check in early to a dirty cabin. So, is that the problem? Did they take the early fee to check in early and just tell, and housekeeping just said, well, we're not going to go there? Because if they went there, they didn't do their job. Downstairs, and again, I know if I repeat myself, I apologize, but downstairs in the theater room, there's a broken pool cue on top of the microwave. If you're a housekeeper, how do you leave that behind? There was a bar stool. You walk by the bar stool, it's shook. So at this point, we're taking a list, because my son's been on the phone with A-Bugs numerous times, and we're taking a list. And so I go to pick up the bar stool to sit in a corner away from everybody so nobody would sit on it, and the whole top comes off the bar stool. It's not even attached. They literally, I kid you not, literally set the top of the bar stool on top of the stool with no screws in it, with it being wobbly as can be. Now, if somebody would sit down in that and it would have broke, you'd have known, said, well, you gotta buy us a new bar stool. You're getting charged for this. That's exactly what would have happened, and you can guarantee it. So let's go ahead and move on. I will be tossing some pictures in here, but again, there's so much going on. This might be a long video, and I apologize, but it's well worth it. And if you stay tuned to the very end, I will do a walkthrough of the entire cabin, so you will know what this cabin actually looks like, that is. And if you want to take the chance on renting this place, you can actually see what it looks like, because the pictures that are on Aunt Bug's website are not up-to-date pictures. And you will notice that if you confirm my video, if you look at my video to their pictures, you'll see stuff is not where it is supposed to be. So they haven't even updated those pictures in who knows how long. I can tell you there is an oddball chair sitting at the dining room table that is not in that picture. Let's go ahead and take a look at our first review. Here's our first review. Again, this is on Aunt Bug's website. Again, don't forget, you can put in Aunt Bug's cabins BBC, or excuse me, BBB, and it will bring you to the page where you can read these reviews for yourself. And again, you can take and pause the video. You can read this whole thing if you want to. But I just want to point out to the first two lines. We stayed at the Burning Tree Ranch number 656 from May 25th to the 29th with 17 family members. This house was extremely filthy. We had to vacuum ourselves. So did we. When we checked in, the bathrooms were infested with ants. We didn't have that problem. And the shower and tubs and hair in them. Again, we didn't have that problem. They even had food on the stove. Food left on the stove. So please tell me these people actually cleaned this cabin before they turned it over to them. There's food sitting on the stove. They are just rolling these cabins over and they are not being cleaned. I'd be very curious to find out if this person paid an extra fee to check into their cabin early. I wish I had a way to contact this person, because I definitely would. I'd be very curious. And I'm not going to go through and I'm not going to read their stuff, their replies. You go to the Better Business Bureau and read those replies for yourself. Let's go ahead and go on to our next one. Here we go again. 5:30. I know the other one, I think it was June something. This one's 5:30 of this year, 2023. Very first sentence. This was a very dirty cabin and it had bed bugs. So again, 2 1-star reviews, and they both are saying that the cabins were very dirty. Again, you can pause the video if you want to read the rest of it. This video is already going to be long enough without me putting stuff like this in here, because I do have some other stuff I want to say later on. Let's go ahead and move on to our next one. Here's another one. Stayed at the Dreamweaver for a romantic, pet-friendly stay for our anniversary. There was nothing romantic about the cabin. Torn cabinets, drawers broken, mold on top of the shower area, broken outdoor screen to the window, rug so worn there were tear areas in them, worn bed linens, and actually that's one thing I want to point out too. Another situation with ours, because a lot of places they you know, you go to a hotel and everything, usually strip the beds and everything, so you make sure housekeeping makes the bed, they just don't pull the covers over. Well, again, I'm not trying to say names, but my son's girlfriend's mom was stripping the beds, and guess what she noticed that was in the bed she was sleeping on? There was blood on the sheet she was sleeping on that she didn't know it was there until she actually pulled everything off the bed. But then they had to my wife remade the beds, because that's one of the things you have to do. Make sure you read your contracts, because if you do not make your beds, there is a fee associated for each and every bed you do not make. I want to think it's a $100 fee. I can't remember offhand, but make sure you read these contracts, folks, because they are absolutely insane. To the point that if there is a fire, if there is a wildfire in the area, you do not get your money back. You heard me correctly. Remember big wildfire they had down there? If you had a cabin down there and that broke out, you lose your money. You don't get your money back. Now, how wrong is that? You know, they're going to get paid. They're going to get paid for their insurance. But you lose your money. That is in their contract that you have to sign. So again, any cabin you decide to rent down there, make sure you read each and every line. Don't just glance through it, because there is all kinds of fees associated for stuff if you mess up. And I'm being dead serious here. Dead serious. But again, you know, dirty, nasty pillows underneath, and that's another thing you're going to see. We couldn't even use our closet in our bedroom. You're probably saying, why couldn't you use your closet in the bedroom? Let's see, we are down there in June. We couldn't use our closet in our bedroom because there was a big Christmas tree in our closet and pillows on the shelves. Seriously. They've got a locked room downstairs in the theater room. Why couldn't that Christmas tree be put down there? But the Christmas tree was shoved in the bedroom closet. And you'll see pictures of it. Again, I took pictures of a lot of stuff, including that complete cabin walkthrough you'll see at the end of this video. Here is the seat on the back deck where the hot tub is located at. And you'll notice that the arm is broken. Now, what do you think would have happened if somebody would have leaned into that arm and broke that arm off? They would have charged us for a brand new chair. And the other thing I want to mention too is the first gentleman that came out, the first maintenance guy that came out, that took and fixed the chair in the theater room. Extremely nice, extremely nice. And it was he came out late. He got there late. I want to say it was probably 5 o'clock or so, 5:30, somewhere around there. And I even had him call. He called in And he said that at that time it was still told that a housekeeping was still coming out. Meanwhile, everybody else is gone in the town, and I'm still there. I've been there for hours now, waiting for housekeeping to show up because we're told they're coming back, and they never ever showed up. Remember the stool I told you about? Here's the stool. You'll see there is absolutely no screws connecting this top to the stool. You'll see there's no screws on the floor or anything. And you gotta excuse my finger. I didn't realize my finger was sticking at the top of the in the way of the camera. You notice the theater over there, the projector. The only thing we can get to work was YouTube. We couldn't get no TV reception or anything down there. Again, don't know. They have all this stuff over there and no instructions on how to use anything, what settings stuff needs to be on, and you know, makes absolutely no sense. There's like 4 or 5 different pieces of equipment over here, including the projector that's hanging from the ceiling that you don't see. So, and yeah, so after moving, you know, pushing buttons and everything, the only thing we can get to work was YouTube. We cannot get no not internet, but no cable or anything. So we didn't even bother trying the DVD player. You can see the pool table off here to the left. But yeah, this, as we're walking by here, I'm actually headed. Oh, actually, I'm coming back now, but I was walking over to right on the other side of my fingers where you're going to see the pool cube, the broken pool cube. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. So here is the broken pool stick tip, I should say, and you can see it's sitting right on top of the microwave. That's tan and white on top of black. How do you not see that? So again, and this room also was not swept. We had to sweep this room as well. Because keep in mind that if you do not leave this place clean when you check out, you will be charged. Again, you need to read the fine details in your contract. But again, if you go to Ant Bugs around the bend number 329 and you look at the review, you'll see the person said the cab, how clean the cabin was. That was because of all the work that my wife, my son's girlfriend, and her mother put in to clean this place, just so they wouldn't have no issues. Because all 3 of them have issues: asthma and allergies. And talking about the allergies and the asthma, look at all the dust on this ceiling fan, folks. Look at all the dust on this ceiling fan. That dust, to be caked up like that, it has been months since that ceiling fan has been cleaned. Absolutely insane. And remember, you're paying a cleaning fee for what? I have absolutely no clue. But you're paying a cleaning fee. But to get this company to reimburse you your money, or any of your money, is like pulling teeth. Just go through the Better Business Bureau page and look at the reviews, and you'll see one here, there, one here, and one there. You'll see, I think I did read one where they reimbursed the cleaning fee. But yeah, it's just absolutely insane. And here is one of the doors. Remember, again, this is like my 5th or 6th take on this. Remember I was talking about how, you know, the doors didn't close. You can see here, this is as closed as this door would get. You can see the crack in there in the wall. Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, look at the woodwork. You can tell it's been a while since this place has been painted. It's absolutely insane. This place is in dire need of maintenance. Big time. Here's the other door. This, as far as this door would close. And just look at the difference there in that door. from the left side of the door to the right side of the door. You can see the top of the door is hitting the door frame. And wait till you see the picture in a second. The next picture, you'll see the whole top of this door is peeling away. Because this door will not close all the way. Again, another situation where, you know, again, you're on a hill, these buildings are going to settle. I understand that. But, I mean, look at the poor craftsmanship here. Look how they've got the trim around the door. I mean, it just, I would be embarrassed to rent a cabin out like this. I really would. I would literally be embarrassed to rent a cabin out like this. Here's the top of that door. Look at it. And that's not from us. That is not from us. Because we didn't even close the door. It looks like somebody has forced the door closed. Because if you remember, when you saw the last picture, that picture, this door wouldn't even close. The door was hitting the top of the door frame. So it looked like somebody had actually forced this door closed. And that's the reason why we took this picture. And this was on the day we got there. All these pictures were taken on, I think it was June 13th. Here's the infamous closet. You can see the Christmas tree is stuffed in it. Can't use it for anything. And you can just see how dirty those pillows are. In the picture, you can see how dirty and nasty those pillows are. Why would you even put those pillows in there? Just think, those pillows are there so somebody could put a pillow sheet on top of those. I would go without a pillow before I put my head on one of those pillows. Absolutely insane. And I don't know how many times I've said that in this video, but I'm sure you're going to hear it some more. Here is the pull-out bed. Remember I was talking about those pictures? I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in this here, but the picture, they need to update their pictures. See these two recliners over here in front of the window? If you notice the pictures, the recliners are not located right here. The recliners are over on the opposite side of this rug. So that's not even the same place. So they've moved everything around and haven't even updated the pictures. But look at all this stuff. There's toys and food and everything underneath this. There is a lid to somebody's water bottle underneath this. And I believe this over here in the corner next to the refrigerator might be the sheet or the cover that was on this bed. You know why? Because it was nasty. Nasty. Now, we're probably not supposed to clean this stuff, but apparently they didn't do it. They did not do it. And so they put it in our hands to where if we leave it like this, they could possibly charge us for this. Again, housekeeping not doing their job. This is the reason why you want to take pictures, and it's best to take video. Now, I understand that if you're doing a walkthrough, it's easy to do a video, but when you get stuff like this, then you always have to have pictures. But look how nasty this is. This makes absolutely no sense. Now, this is the rug in the bathroom, the area rug in the bathroom. Now, I blew this picture up a little bit, that's why it looks kind of funny. But I want you to see along that tile, look how tight that line is there, where the carpet hits the tile. So stuff ain't just going to go underneath there, okay? This is an area rug, so it's really thick. Stuff's not going to fall right through it. It's going to stick on the carpet. With that said, take a look at our next picture. Look at the dirt that was under that rug. Notice how it's in a nice, neat little pile? That's not from us, folks. That's not from us. The reason why it's in a nice, neat little pile is somebody swept it underneath the rug. Now, I don't know if it was housekeeping or somebody else has stayed there in the past, but the bottom line is it was not checked. And when you're charging people hundreds of dollars a night to stay in this place, it should be thoroughly cleaned. But again, it wasn't. And here's a picture from the other side, and the reason why I took this picture was to look how thick this carpet is from underneath. So you can clearly tell that none of that dirt came through the carpet like it would, like in this carpet over here to the right. I can see carpet going, or dirt going through that carpet because of the way it's made. This carpet here, dirt is not going to go through this carpet. It's going to stay on the surface of the carpet until it's vacuumed. It will not make its way underneath it. So again, the only way this dirt can get underneath this carpet, and especially in the location it is in, is if somebody swept it underneath the carpet. But at least the next people that came in after us, they didn't have to worry about it because it was taken care of. Now here is the red dustpan I was talking to you about. Again, I think I was talking about in the beginning of this video because this is like the 5th or 6th take of this video. And I know we're over a half hour long, but it just is what it is. But look at all the dirt there, folks. And you notice we are in the kitchen, dining room, living room area. This here is mainly the kitchen and the dining room area. And you know how you can tell? You know how you can tell that we are in the kitchen area and not just because of the floor? Look on the left hand side of the dustpan. You'll see a little rock right there, a little stone. That is the gravel that you're going to drag in and out, drag in the cabin on your shoes when you come in from parking your vehicle. We had to search for a broom, which I found the broom downstairs in the a theater room, and I brought it upstairs and swept off the rocks off of the front porch so we wouldn't keep tracking in the gravel. But look at all this. Look at all this. And this is, hours after we got there. There's no way that we could have caused this much dirt. And keep in mind, I was the only one there. My wife, my son, his girlfriend, and her mother went into town, and I stayed behind waiting for housekeeping to show up. All this was there because housekeeping did not do their job. But this company has the nerve to charge you a cleaning fee. And on top of that, the housekeepers have the nerve to put an envelope in the kitchen. And I guess they're expecting some tip or whatever. Not. Seriously? Are you kidding me right now? Seriously? And ant bugs? I've heard that you really don't like people putting stuff like this on social media. I don't know what to tell you. I guess it really, really bites to be you. Again, I want to say I want to use something else, but I won't. But you know what? You know how you really ensure videos like this are never created? You make sure the people that are supposed to do a job do their job. That maintenance guy that came out to fix that stool, he properly fixed that stool. He did his job. The housekeepers that came out, again, I'm pretty sure it was the next day. It wasn't the same day, I can tell you that. It was the next day. Because they was parked like up on the hill a little bit. But they could not believe what we was telling them. And again, we had pictures and everything to back up everything we were saying. So, and I know I've said this 4 or 5 times in this video, and I'll say it again. you must take video and photos, and definitely, most definitely, like you're getting ready to see here in a second, take a video. I don't care if it's on your cell phone, whatever you have, take video and show everything. Turn the lights on if you need light. If a room's real dark, like you see our bedroom, it was really dark, I had to turn the lights on. Turn the lights on. Make sure you can see stuff if you need to see stuff, if there's not enough light in that room. Because once you leave, it is your word against their word. But if you got evidence to prove, like give you an example, one of those reviews, if you go back and read them, or if you might remember if you read them and you paused the video and read them, it talked about the cabin having bed bugs. They said they sent out a pet company, an exterminator or whatever, and they didn't find anything. So if the customer is saying there are bed bugs there, they didn't just evaporate. Bed bugs don't just go away. Poof, there 1 minute, poof, they're gone the next. But if the customer has video to show proof, that catches ant bugs in a lie, or that catches the exterminator in a lie, because you've got video proof. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why you always want to make sure you have the proof. That person very well might have video or might have pictures. I have no clue what the situation in that case is. I'm only going by what they say. The comment from Ant Bugs is saying they sent out a pet exterminator and they found no bugs or something like that. No, I forget what it was, how it was worded. But basically contradicting what the complaint was on the Better Business Bureau page. So again, keep that in mind. Again, this video is 41 minutes long. Did not want it to be this long, but let's go ahead and take a look at this walkthrough. Okay, here is the curtain. That's the curtain that was black. You notice how it's really nice and green now? Again, showing everything is back the way it's supposed to be. Going to open up the oven. Make sure you put everything back exactly the way you found it. So now we're going into the bathroom. They want you to put the towels in the bathtub. Here's where all the extra towels and stuff are. There was cobwebs and everything over in this corner right here. I mean, all the way around this whole U shape right here, basically where this washer is, going around to this corner here. Absolutely insane. I took pictures, but they're cobwebs, so they didn't show up in the pictures. Again, here is the bedroom. See, the other reason why you want to take and make the bed is to make sure that you show proof that you made the beds going upstairs. Got the towels and stuff in there like they requested. Funny, they had that fire extinguisher on that top shelf, which I'm just now seeing for the first time. But there's a hook right there. The fire extinguisher is supposed to be right there on that red hook. But they got it tucked away in that closet. So you can see all the beds are made and everything. This is the TV they could not get to work. It was stuck on one channel only. Basically just showing that, you know, all the beds again are made and everything. And the other green curtain, nice and green now. Again, that one was black. It's showing that the trash is empty, because if you leave trash in there, you'll be charged for that. So this is the theater room. See how it's all nice and clean and everything. I mean, if it wasn't for the housekeeping issues, this would be a nice cabin. The housekeeping issues, then we do have the situation with the doors. Not being able to close the doors in the one bedroom. Well, that's it. Renter beware of Ant Bugs Rental LLC. Anytime you rent a place down in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, or anywhere, make sure you check Better Business Bureau, see what kind of rating and stuff they've got. Make sure you don't have no problems. And you know, ask your friends. If you're going to go down to some place and you have some friends that go down, ask them. That's a mistake that we made. We should have asked around. And yeah, now I wish we really would have. But I will end this video with going through the tunnel here in Gatlinburg. It just finished up construction at the beginning of June, and it was pretty cool, pretty nice tunnel to go through. And it is one of the I think it's a historical landmark, if I'm not mistaken. Pay attention to these signs. Actually, we probably already passed it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a historical landmark. That's pretty cool. I actually saw a video while this tunnel was under construction. It was either $100 or $150 fine if you drove through this tunnel and blew your horn while the construction crews were working on it. $100 to $150 fine. I can't remember what that video showed. They had a picture of the sign. I was like, wow. You figure, you got those people in there working. Somebody comes in and blows their horn, and it's just going to echo through that entire tunnel. So there you go. Again, renter beware. Do your homework. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. And another thing is that if a company is going to have reviews on their website and they're only going to list 5-star reviews, that should be a major red flag. Anybody that's only going to show 5-star reviews, either they're bogus reviews or they have something to hide. Again, that's my opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. Thank you for watching. Thanks for giving me your time. I really do appreciate it. This is the Bulldozer. Drive safe. Enjoy your trip if you take one. I'm out of here.